My name is Eric Nilsson, and I came to China from the US 12 years ago. During my years exploring the country, I've been impressed by people's creativity, especially when it comes to smartphones. For example, some of my friends water virtual trees online and receive real fruit in real life. Separately, I recently used a phone to water kiwi fruit in Guizhou in person and learned a lot about how kiwis are helping to alleviate poverty. Kiwis like rain and sun, but they flourish in mild sunlight. Guizhou is Goldilocks, just right for the kiwis farmers now grow and sell globally. They're happy to earn much more than before. Before visiting the fields, I learned about this from a National People's Congress deputy from Guizhou during last year's 2 sessions. Over 5,000 deputies and members attend the meetings in Beijing every March. They have different voices, different ways of thinking, but all serve the same goal: to enable 1.4 billion people to enjoy prosperity. China has hoisted over 10 million people out of extreme poverty since 2013. By the end of 2017, the country had brought 740 million out of extreme poverty within a few decades. That's almost the population of Europe and accounts for 70% of all people lifted out of extreme poverty on our planet during that time. 8 years ago, I started a volunteer initiative in a nomadic community on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. Yega's children were the township's first generation who could read, but they would effectively become illiterate after dusk because there was no electricity in their tents. Soon after, the government helped lift these isolated schools up toward the same standards as those in developed metropolises. Now, all students have access to electricity and computers. By 2018, 96% of Chinese elementary and secondary schools had internet access. That's compared with 25% 6 years ago. Online teaching allows rural students to share the quality education resources of schools in cities. Using education to reduce poverty has been listed in the Chinese government's plans for years. It would be unrealistic without infrastructure. A Chinese saying goes, "Fortune accompanies convenient transportation." Guizhou has long been one of China's poorest provinces because of geology. In annual 2 sessions, transportation and poverty alleviation are the issues Guizhou's delegates discuss most. Now, the province with the most canyon bridges in the world enjoys more wealth and opportunities. Lifting people out of poverty according to specific conditions is targeted poverty alleviation. Tens of millions of people have overcome poverty because of these measures. I remember the intense sunshine and arid weather in Hebei province's Desheng when I visited 2 years ago. This climate was transformed into a source of prosperity when Desheng built solar farms in 2016. Villagers can earn money by generating electricity as long as the sun shines. It's worth pointing out, poverty alleviation is not about giving poor people money. It's about enabling them to earn wealth. China is now working to end extreme poverty by 2020. With 2 years left, China's poverty alleviation has entered the final phase. Question now is how to lift the remaining people out of poverty. The 2 sessions will address many topics like transportation, housing, and other daily needs. And the outcomes will reverberate around the planet we all share. I was there when the government announced new measures at the Great Hall of the People during the 2 sessions in 2017 and 18, and I'm prepared to cover the 2 sessions this year. I've learned that the outcomes that I witness will continue to transform life throughout the country and the world. So stay tuned. Follow China Daily, and please follow me as I follow the 2 sessions.